So welcome back friends to my channel. My name is Ritesh Jaiswal from NIT Jamshedpur, and yes friends, this is our second part of the chapter nuclei. In the first part we have covered some important questions, but still some other questions have been left, and so we have decided to make another part of it, and this is that part, so that we are going to cover it. So friends, our book remains same. The H.C. Verma means concepts of physics, and yes friends, I think without any other further delay we can start. So yes friends, let's see first question, and let me read question for you. It says that if the daughter nuclei is itself a radioactive, then we have to find a condition for which the number of daughter nuclei become constant. So what is happening friends, this we have a radioactive sample, and it's decay to form its nuclei, means daughter nuclei, and it said that it is also means itself radioactive, so it further decays. So we have to find a condition for which this nuclei become constant. So let's say it has a decay constant of lambda p, means parent, and this has a decay constant of lambda d, with d denotes daughter nuclei. So we have to find a condition, and let's say at any time it has np number of active nuclei, and it has nd number of active nuclei. So friends, let's say in time dt, in time dt in time dt, the number of parent nuclei decayed, what we can write friends, it is equals to means np lambda into td. This will the number of nuclei means parent nuclei decayed, because we know that rate of decay is equals to a, and we multiplied it by dt, so that number of decayed atom get, and a is equals to lambda into n. So friends, similarly what we can write friends for daughter nuclei, the number of daughter nuclei decayed in time dt, we can write n means we can write it as nd into lambda d into dt. This is the number of nuclei, daughter nuclei, which has decayed in time dt. And so if means if daughter nuclei have to become constant, so that rate of rate of its production should be equals to rate of decay, and the rate at which it means it is produced means what we can write, np number of parent nuclei into lambda p into dt, and this should be equals to lambda d into lambda nd lambda d into dt, so that dt and dt get cancelled out and we are left with this. So this is the condition for which the number of daughter nuclei will get constant. So friends, I hope this question is clear, so that we can move to the next question. Yes, friends, let's see this question. This is also interesting question. Let's see what it says. It says a sample has T half lifetime of this, and a capacitor has the capacitance C. If C is connected to R, means capacitor which has some charge is connected to resistance, then we have to find resistance, so that Q by A become constant, where Q is the charge in capacitor and A is the activity. So friends, what we can write, let me write an equation so that it will be clear. We can write A equals to A naught e ka power minus lambda t. This is our first equation. And similarly, I think you know, discharging circuit has equation of charge Q equals to Q naught e ka power minus t by tau. This is our second equation, and we have to find the ratio of Q by A. So just dividing them. So what we can write, friends? Let's move to the next slide. So that friends, we can write. Let me write friends. Q by A equals to Q naught upon A naught in the bracket e ka power minus t by tau upon e ka power minus t lambda. So friends, if this equation have to be a constant, so this thing is constant. If this thing becomes if this thing means denominator and numerator will get cancel out, so that automatically we will get a constant equation. So friends, for this, if it happens that what that lambda t means t by tau equals to t lambda t, then this equation will get fulfilled, so that t and t get cancel out, and tau, I think 1 upon rc, and this should be equals to lambda, so that we get r how much, we get r equals to 1 upon lambda c. And I think lambda c has been given, how much it is 100 microfarad, and lambda is also given, actually lambda is t half is given, and we know that uh, t half equals to ln 2 by lambda. So just putting the value, you will get answer equals to how much amount, 200 ohms. So friends, I hope this question is clear to you, and major this concept has been used as this is constant, so we have just to make uh, means numerator and denominator time dependent exponential equal. So friends, let's move to the next question. Yes, friends, let's see this question, how we have to tackle this. This question says, if a nuclei can decay by two different half-lives, have means T1 and T2, then we have to find effective half-life. So friends, corresponding lambdas, lambda 1 equals to ln 2 by T1, and lambda 2 should be equals to ln 2 by T2. Then what we can write, friends, let me write an equation for you so that you are able to understand. We can write total probability PE of disintegration as what? Let me write lambda 1 into lambda 1 into dt plus lambda 2 into dt. This equation signifies the total probability with which the current nuclei can decay, and this let's say this equation should be equals to, let's move to the next slide. Let's say this that equation should be equals to some lambda equivalent into dt, and this RHS have lambda 1 into dt plus lambda 2 into dt, so that dt and dt get cancel out, and we get lambda equivalent equals to lambda 1 plus lambda 2. So t half, what we can write, ln 2 upon t equivalent means equivalent half life equals to ln 2 by t1 plus ln 2 by t2, so that ln2 get cancelled out, and this remaining thing is our final equation. So friends, I hope this question is clear to you, so that we can move to the next question. Yes, friends, let's see this question, how we have to do this. This question says we have to find the Q value. I think Q value, means the energy released in a reaction for an electron capture. So friends, I think you know electron capture. In electron capture, what happens that means electron from K or L shell gets into the nucleus, and there it get converted to proton. So friends, for an let's say we have a atom is X, and it been represented as ZXA, uh, and it captures electron, what we can write, minus 1e0, and this results in formation of some atom Y. It has Z minus 1 number of protons, and A has atomic mass, and a means a neutrino plus some delta E has been released, and this we have to find RQ. So friends, what we can write, friends, just finding value of Q, what can we write as, let's means total energy of reactant minus total energy of product. For total energy of reactant, we can write as mass of X minus times what, Z times Me, because from atom we have to reduce the mass of electrons, so that only nucleus is considered. This is for X, and here we also have an electron, so just we add it plus Me. This gives us a reactant side, and minus similarly mass of Y uh, minus z minus 1 times mass of E. Yes, friends, this is our product side. So simply calculating this value and moving to next slide. Yes, friends, we can write q equals to q equals to mass of x minus z me plus me minus mass of y plus z me minus me, so that this and this get cancel out, and we are left with q equals to simply mx minus my into c square. This is our answer. So it is nearly same as beta positive decay, because in that case also our electrons mass have been cancelled out, and yes, and in beta negative sorry, it is similar to beta minus decay, in that in which the electrons mass have been cancelled out, and if you could remember, I have told you in beta positive decay two times mass of electron has been added. So friends, I hope this question is clear to you, so that we can move to our next question. Yes, friends, let's say this question. What it says? It says that if lithium 6 and lithium 7, here would be 7, I have written 6, so corrected, friends, it would be 7, are stable nuclei, and neutrons are bombarded on lithium sample. Initially, it is lithium 6, so that electron and alpha particles are ejected. Then we have to find the reaction. So let's see, friend, what we can write. Let me write one equation. We have 3 Li 3Li6, and here in this 0 and 1 has been bombarded, so that what it result from, it result in 3Li7, and according to question this is also stable. So furthermore, means furthermore 0 and 1 attack on it, and 1, so that now what it forms, it will form 3Li8. Now this is unstable, so it will tend to break either by beta or alpha decay. So friends, I think you know that the atoms whose Z and A both are even are stable. So that means we can move to next slide. So tell you one thing. So that means, let me write one thing. 3 lithium 8 will tend to break in 4 beryllium 8. It will be stable and releasing what, our minus 1e 0 plus a anti neutrino, means a beta particle, means it will give a beta decay, so that our first condition of electron has been satisfied. Now one more thing, this is stable, but one we can write one more equation for beryllium 8. It will also tend to break into what, 2 helium 4, and releasing an alpha particle, and this equation will also be spontaneous and favorable, because when you calculate the binding energy of this equation you will get positive values. So friends, our both equations are satisfied. So friends, I hope this question is clear, so that we can move to the next question. Yes, friends, let's see this question. What it says? It says that T half of an isotope is 10 hours. Then we have to find the total number of disintegrations in the 10th hour, and A naught means initial activity is 1 Curie. So friends, this is similar to one thing that what we can find, we have to find disintegration 10th hour. So we do one thing, what, we write n10 minus n9. Are you able to relate what I have written? Actually, I have written the total number of atoms that are present in 10th hour, minus I have separated the total number of atoms which are present in ninth hour, so that the resultant will give the number of atoms which has been decayed in 9 to 10th hour, or which we say as 10th hour. So friends, actually we have to calculate these two values. So friends, for n10 it is simple, it is equals to a a activity at 10th hour upon lambda, which is constant. So initial activity is 1 Curie and half life is 10 hour. So after 10 hour its activity will be 0.5 Curie. It's okay, friend. And lambda is given how much, 10 hour. Lambda, yes, it is let's say we will put the value of lambda in the last, so let's keep it as it is, lambda. Similarly for n9, n9, what we can write, a at 9, activity at 9 upon lambda. Now this activity at 9 we have to find. We can write it a9 equals to a naught e ka power minus lambda t minus lambda we will get ln 2 by ln 2 by t half, which is 10 hour, and time 9, and this in negative sign. So friends, well, when you will calculate it, you will get a value. You will need a calculator, nearly 0.536 curies. So friends, just putting the values, n9 equals to 0.536 upon lambda. So just delta n, when you will calculate, subtracting these two, you will get 6.992 into 10 ka power 13. So friends, I hope this question is also clear to you, and this question is basically for reminding you how we used to find means integration at a particular hour. So it's nothing but we subtract it, this integration up to that hour minus this integration to one, means 1 hour just before it. So friends, let's move to a next question. Yes, friends, let's see this question, how we have to tackle this. This question says a detector of area 1 centimeter square is placed in 1 meter from a sample having this much amount of active nuclei currently. If it detects activity of 50,000 counts per second, then we have to find lambda. Actually, what is happening? This is our source, and from 1 meter to it, a detector has been placed, so and it detects some values. So what we can do, we can make a spherical region around it. So currently it has detected how much, this number of count in 1 centimeter square of area. So total, so can we find the total activity which is received by this spherical surface? Yeah, why not? Let's see what it will be. Total activity, total activity in in this spherical surface, what we can write, let's move to our next slide, friends. We have to just multiply it by activity, which is 50,000 multiplied by area of surface, which is 4 pi into 1 square. So friends, what it will give us a value of 6.28 into 10 ka power 9 counts per second. This is the total activity of sample which has been released, because in 1 centimeter square we have got a that small value, so that total activity of the sample is this much amount. Now lambda, what we can write, total activity upon number of atoms, nuclei present at that times. Both two values we have, it will 6.28 into 10 ka power 9, and number of nuclei are given, it is 6 into 10 ka power 16, so that when you will calculate, you will get a value of 1.05 into 10 ka power 7 disintegrations per second, means unit of lambda. So friends, I hope this question is clear, so that we can move to our next question. So friends, let's see this question, how we have to do this. It says that the uranium 238 breaks to form lead 206 with a T half of this, and a sample of rock found to contain 2 mg of uranium and 0.6 mg of lead. If all the lead is found from uranium, then we have to find the age of rock. So friends, what is happening? This is our big sample of uranium, and it is breaking to form our lead and some other, means some remaining uranium, and at particular time this composition is given to us, so we have to find the age. So friends, let me write an equation. N equals to n1, let's say nu plus npv, and this multiplied by na. So what I have tried to find, I have actually tried to find n, capital N, which is total number of atoms, means active nuclei which is present in the sample. So I have used means total moles and multiplied it with Avogadro number. So let's calculate it, what it comes. So Nu moles of uranium, it will be equals to 2 into 10 ka power minus 3, means 2 mass upon molecular mass, 238. Similarly for lead, it will be equals to 0.6 into 10 ka power minus 3 and divided by molecular mass 206, and this multiplied by Na. So friends, when you will calculate, you will get a value. Let's say what it is. It comes nearly N equals to 6.8 into 10 ka power 28. This is the total number of active nuclei which is present in particular that sample. So it must be equal to initial number of uranium atoms, because it has been breaked in lumpum, means lead, and some remaining uranium. So we have initial value of uranium, and we also have final value of uranium, which was N1 into A, means Nu, and it Nu into Na. So friends, it nearly comes how much? 5.05 into 10 ka power 28. This is will the value. So friends, now we can use for one formula, what? N equals to n naught e ka power minus lambda t. So this is our final value and this is our initial value. So just putting the values, we get 5.05, and the 10 ka power 28 will cancel out from both LHS RHS. So just putting will be equals to 6.8, and e ka power minus lambda is not given but t half is given. So what we can write, ln 2 upon t half, and t half is our how much amount? It was given 4.47 into 10 ka power 9, and this multiplied with time, t we have to find. So friends, value will calculate, you will get t equals to 1.92 into 10 ka power 9 years. So friends, I hope this question is clear so that we can jump to our next question. Yes friends, let's see this question, how we have to do this. So friends, it says a mountaineer found a dervis, means remaining parts of something have which has a whiskey that on analysis found to have 1.5% of activity of tritium, means 1H3, as compared to a recently purchased which is marked 8-year old. Find the time of unsuccessful attempt. Means what is happening here, that a person has tried to attempt, means tried to climb on mountain, but he was unsuccessful, so he has left some derbies, means remaining of his means input which he have taken, among which he has also whiskey, so that when a fresh mountaineer came there, he found that whiskey, and on analysis he found that it has still has 1.5% of activity of tritium, and as compared to a recently purchased which he have purchased and it was marked 8-year old. So we have to find the time of unsuccessful event. So friends, let me write an equation so that you will be able to relate. I can write A is equals to A naught e ka power minus lambda t minus 8. So friends, why I have written it? Actually, let's see first this thing. Why I have written this? T I have used the time when the unsuccessful event was made. Let's say it was 15 year. So when it is compared to our recently purchased one, which was already 8-year old, so net time will be, means time difference between the two sample will be t minus 8. So friends, when you will think about, you will find that I have written correctly. And why I have merged the two equations same? Because we have assumed that the quantity is same, so that we can just relate both in one equation, as the rate of decay will be same for both. So friend, now just putting the values, 1.5% we will put here. 1.5% means 0.015, and friends, a naught will be just 1. a naught will be just 1 and e ka power minus lambda is not given, but oh sorry, I found forgot to give you lambda. Actually lambda was not given, but t half is given. So t half for this is nearly equals to 12.5 years, I think. 12.5 years. 12 point t half, this will be t half. So ln 2 by t half means 12.5, and this is t minus 8. So friends, when you will calculate, let's move to the next slide. Yes, let's move to when you will calculate, you will get t equals to 83 years. So friends, I hope this question is also clear to you, so that we can move to the next question. If some numerical mistakes occur, it will just because some means data up downs, but the method will be same. So you have to find follow this procedure. So friends, let's jump to next question. Yes friends, let's see this question, how we have to tackle this. This question says a radioactive sample is being produced with a constant rate of dn upon dt equals to r. If t is much lesser than much greater than t half of the sample, then then we have to show that number of active nuclei become constant and find its value. Means if we take such a time which is much higher than the half life of that radioactive sample, and which is being produced by dn upon dt equals to r, then we have to show that after t which is much greater than t half, the number of active nuclei become constant, and we have to find that value. So friends, let me write an equation so that you will be able to relate. We can write uh, d let me first show a figure to you. This and this is our, let's say a, this is let's say our b, and this is let's say c. So b is produced by constant rate, which is r, and it will decay by some by it will also decay by its natural decay process. So that at time t we have to find that how much active nuclei it become, which has become now constant. So friends, let me write one thing. dv upon dt is equals to r minus lambda n. So what this equation signifies? This equation actually says the rate at which B means this thing is being produced is equals to the difference of the rate at which it is forcefully produced, and the minus the rate at which it get decayed, and where n we have actually used the number of active nuclei which are present at time t. So if it has to become constant, then this should be 0. Then for this, what we can write friends, let's move to our next slide. If dv by dt equals to 0, then can we write r equals to lambda n? Yeah, why not? So from here we can simply find n. N should be equals to r by lambda, and lambda is easy to find. Lambda ln 2 by t half, and t half we just keep that value, so that this is our number of active nuclei. So friends, I hope this question is also clear, so that we, so yes friends, let's see this question, how we have to do this. This question says that in an agricultural experiment, 1 mole of a radioactive material of t half this was injected in the roots and was settled for 10 means actually it will be 70 hours. So please correct it, 70 hours. If in the fruit activity of 1 curie was found, then we have to find the percentage activity transferred. So let me write one equation so that you will be able to relate. N equals to n naught e ka power minus lambda t, and this we have written for isotope. So let's calculate after 70 hours how much isotope should be left. N naught is actually it is 1 mole, so n naught will be just equals to Na, and this multiplied by e ka power minus lambda ln 2 upon t half, and this multiplied by 70. So when you will put the values, you will get a value of 5.2 into 10 ka power 23 atoms. So after 70 hours, this much amount of isotope should have been left. So its activity which has been left, let's calculate it. Its activity A should be equals to lambda n. So when you will put the values, you will get an activity of 2.9 into 10 ka power 17 counts per second, and in the fruit it was 1 microcurie. 1 microcurie, and 1 micro means 10 ka power minus 6, and for curie 3.7 into 10 ka power 10 counts per second. So for percentage we just divide these two values. So percentage equals to 10 ka power minus 6 into 3.7, 10 to 10 ka power 10 upon 10 ka power 10 upon 2.9 into 10 ka power 17 into 100. So just finding this value, you will get percentage transfer 1.27 into 10 ka power minus 11 percentage. So friends, I hope this question is clear to you, and some more important questions are left, which I will probably end in the third and the final most part. So friends, I hope you have enjoyed. So thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. So friends, yes, stay tuned.